Hey, you did it. You found it. You found the podcast version of the show. It's Writer Radio. Here are the things you need to know. We stream live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time at writerradio.com. 2, you can find every episode on YouTube, youtube.com/@writerradio. We're on Spotify, same name, Writer Radio. We are on Twitter or X @BradWriter, BradRiter. We're on Instagram @Writer Radio. There's a group now, Writer Radio Facebook group. Go there, find that, follow that, like it, whatever you have to do. We've got a phone number. You can send texts, leave voicemail, 716-288-5246. Email, bradwriter@gmail.com. You don't need to memorize this. It can all be found at writerradio.com. That's the hub. But those are the places. Thanks for listening. Please tell a friend. Please share. That's how we grow. Glad to have you on board to the podcast version of Writer Radio.
My friend, you're gonna try to move your feet. Say I am wonderment, and I'd like to say hello. I do the left, to the right, the red, and the blue, the purple, and yellow. But first I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie, say do the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie.
Hello. Hello. What's up? Yeah, it's 10:24, sorry. I'm not explaining it. It keeps happening. The same stuff keeps happening. Like you would think the technology, you use the same technology every day to do the same stuff every day. It would work the same way every day. It never works the same way. It never does. You think you can just hit start. Nope. Restart this, restart that, open this, test that. Oh no, the microphone's not working. Why not? No reason. Just start it over. Sorry. There is a reason, like at the beginning. I've been using this maybe since the first show. This thing. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Okay, here it is. No, not that. Stop. Shut up, stupid song. This.
Welcome to the morning meeting, everybody. Or should I say the whenever you decide to show up meeting?
I thought it was a funny thing that whenever you decide to show up would be a funny thing. Like based on my history, there's a whole thought process involved here, you know? And Kermit saying morning meeting or whenever you feel like showing up, like that makes sense to me. Like it's a funny thing. I didn't know that it was because sometimes the show starts at 10:02 and sometimes it starts at 10:08 and sometimes it starts at 9:54 and sometimes it starts at freaking 10:24, 26 or whatever this is. That Kermit is built in to apologize / make fun of the show not starting at the same time every day. Maybe that's part of the charm. The podcast starts at the same time every day. It's whenever it's uploaded, you just download it and listen to it. So, whatever, man. Whatever. Sorry. I tried. I do like the number of text messages I received today. It's like, hey, it says the show hasn't started. What's going on? I got, it's 3, but still like 3 different people reaching out going, what's up? What's happening? And so, of course, while you're trying to get something going, while I'm trying to get something going, I'm answering questions about it too. Yeah, we'll be with you in a minute. Real soon. Be right there. BRB. SOS. All right. What's up, man? It's Writer Radio. It's episode 151. They said we'd never get to 100, and we did, barely. And then we did 50 from here. This is the 51st. We've now done half as many shows from here as we did from there. The radio station where the show lasted for 100 episodes, and then they decided to just play automated crap. That was 100. We've done 50 from here. So we're rolling. Something's happening. The Bills played. The roster cuts are happening. There'll be a roster projection at some point between now and noon. Although I'm not like real efficient at it. I'm not a pro. Just a guy who does a show. I wasn't a pro when I was a pro. So, whatever. But there are some interesting things happening. Bills won a preseason game. That was cool. It's better to win than lose. Like, it doesn't matter if you lose those games at all. But it feels like crap. And they keep quoting. I don't know if it's Eric Wood. It doesn't count, but it does matter. Is what he keeps saying, or they keep saying about the thing. I'm melding the preseason games together with Hard Knocks. So I've heard it a bunch of times, but it was this game recently, the most recent preseason game, where Andrew Catalan was saying it, I think. He's like, Eric Wood said it best. Maybe on Hard Knocks. It doesn't count, but it matters. It doesn't totally matter either, but it feels terrible. That Bears game felt terrible. And now I don't feel terrible anymore. Like, I spent, not a full week, but a couple days thinking, like, what if they're no good? What if it's just that Josh Allen's awesome? What if it's just that and everything else sucks? It doesn't suck. It doesn't. None of the guys were playing. They didn't win because none of the guys played. When the guys play, they're good. So Bills-Ravens is the next thing on the calendar, NFL-wise, for the Bills. And or NFL-wise for me, I should say. Because I say next thing on the calendar. I've got a suitcase half packed. Football is here, dude. It's here. We're starting. I'm going to Minnesota in 2 days. So football's real. Show-wise, this will have no impact. I'm going to travel to Minneapolis, Minnesota on Wednesday, and it will have no impact on the show. The only thing it's going to do to the show is make Thursday awesome. So today's show is normal. Tomorrow's show is normal. I don't have to be at the airport till 1:30 on Wednesday. So Wednesday's show is normal. Today includes Scott Wilson. Friday includes Scott Wilson. Regularly scheduled Scott Wilson. Thursday, the show is coming at you live from a hotel room in Minnie. Know who my roommate is in Minneapolis? Scott Wilson. So you're going to get way more Scott Wilson than you signed up for, which is awesome. I told him, I think it was last week, he called. Yeah, last Wednesday he called when I was explaining my the late start and how I'm bad at waking up and alarms and all that stuff. And Scott called to confirm the story. He confirmed the story because we're roommates or on the road for UB for like the last 10 years. So I've probably traveled with my in the last 10 years, let's say. I've probably traveled with my family 10 times. Like once a year we go out of town to something. And I've traveled with Scott, let's say at minimum 60 times. So 60 of my trips in the last 10 years have been with Scott. And it's more than that because of bowl games and stuff. So it's closer to 65, let's say. 68. If I'm in a hotel room, Scott Wilson is in the bed next to me. No, well, he's in the bed, the other bed. It's always two beds. It's always two beds. So there's Scott and there's me, but we've got a routine. Like, that's how I travel. That's what I do. I buy some pistachios. I make sure my headphones are charged. I drive to the airport. We get on a plane, a charter jet, and we go somewhere weird. This time it's Minneapolis. For the show purposes, Thursday will be time shifted by an hour, not to you, but to me. But we'll just do the show from the room. What's going to be missing, I think, although I have some time, I can set it up maybe. Like all the music and the intro stuff is sitting on a computer here. I'm not taking this computer with me. I might move some of the music over. I should probably do that between now and then to make it sound the same. But it might sound a little different, but we'll make up for the lack of Kermit, let's say, with 2 hours of Scott. And the fact that we're on the road in a hotel with everyone involved with UB football, Maybe we'll have a rotating, like just an open seat, an open mic. Leave the door open, let people come in. Players, coaches, packs and fullers and things. I don't know. It's going to be awesome. But it will have no impact. The show will air every day at the same time next week. Or this week, excuse me. Because normally we travel early. Like the game is being played at 8 p.m. Eastern time Thursday. And sometimes that means we leave at like 10 in the morning and just fly to Minnesota and then sit there for a day and a half before a game. Not this time. This time, I don't have to be to the airport until 1:30. Our flight's at 3. We get there at like 4 o'clock their time or something. It's a 2-hour flight, roughly. So I can do the show on Wednesday. Fine. Pack up the gear. Get on a plane. Wake up Thursday morning, game day, and do a game day show live from a hotel room somewhere in Minneapolis, wherever we're staying. I don't even know. So that's cool. I like that. All right. What do I have written down? What I watched. I highlighted this. I ended up writing it in at 11:20 a.m. to talk about what I watched, but what I watched is more interesting. Excuse me. Than normal. So here's the deal. Last night what did we do yesterday? Yesterday, Sunday, no baseball yesterday, which was awesome. I like baseball, but I like days without baseball too. And we didn't have any. Kids were asking about Darien Lake. I said, sure. So I took the 2 older kids to Darien Lake, and this is the beauty of the season pass. If you've got a couple hours, you can go. Yeah, I feel like riding Ride of Steel today. All right, let's go for a ride. Go out there, get on it, get off it, leave. It's fine. It was free. Not actually free, but feels free when you have a season pass. Season pass for anything is the best. I've had season passes for like the county golf pass I had. Is it the county? Yeah. No. City. I had the city golf pass. Buy a golf pass if you live in Buffalo proper, which I did for a long time. If you live in the city, you can buy a pass, and that allows you to play golf at Kaz, South Park, Delaware. And when I lived really close to Kaz and South Park, because I lived in South Buffalo, you get the season pass for, I have no idea how much it costs. It might have been $120. It might have been $350. I don't remember. But you buy that, and then it allows you to, golf and Darien Lake are the same thing, where like you have to dedicate your day to it if you're buying it. All right, I'm paying for a round of golf. This is going to be 5 hours. Minimum 3.5, maximum 5.5, something like that. It's a day. But if you have a pass, you can say, oh, I've got an hour and a half to kill. I'm going to go play 4 holes of golf. And then come home. And then go about my responsibilities for the day, whatever. Same exact thing with a Darien Lake pass. Kids mentioned Darien Lake. Yeah, sure, fine. Let's go. I was going to take 2 of them out for lunch anyway. Wife was eating here. Youngest kid wanted, I don't know, something we had. The other 2 are like, I want a burger. I'm like, all right, you know what? I want a burger too. Let's go out for a burger. And then I thought, we're getting in the car anyway. Let's go on some roller coasters too. So we went and did that, and it was awesome. Especially because once I was there, I was bored out of my mind. I didn't go on anything. I was just like walking around following the kids. But the lines were longer than they thought, longer than they're used to, and they were like, we can go. So we stayed for maybe an hour and a half. They rode 2 or 3 rides, and we left. And it was perfect. That's not on my sheet. I didn't write down Darien Lake. My point was what I watched. Oh, I did like I was Mr. Dad yesterday. Like, all right, children, what would you like to do? What entertains you? Let's make sure you have fun. I'm feeling the end of summer thing. I'm feeling the back to school thing. I'm feeling the back to football thing. I'm feeling the dad's going to go out of town a lot thing. All of it is like on me right now. So I was trying to just hang with the kids. So we did Darien Lake, came back. We did where did we go? Oh, we haven't done this in a while. We went to a playground. We don't go to playgrounds. It's weird now because Zach is my oldest. He's 13, and he absolutely looks like an adult. So Zach at a playground is just, he's just a monster terrorizing children at a playground now, which is, it's fine. It's fine. He's a good kid. He's just scary looking. He's got a head the size of mine, and he's 6 feet tall. He weighs 200 pounds, and he's 13, and he doesn't look like a child. He thinks he's a kid. He is a kid. But he thinks he looks like a kid or something. He thinks he blends in. He doesn't blend in. So you go to a playground, and it's a bunch of little kids, and then this monster adult-looking dude from afar anyway, and I have to keep him under control. Like, remind him to not act the way he wants to act. It's tough. He's a child in a man's body. It's weird. But, here we are at age 13. It's awkward. It's awkward for me. I'm sure it is for him, too, but mostly I think about myself. And, that's where we are. So we did that. Then we went, instead of making a right out of the playground, I made a left. And nobody asked where we were going, which was cool because I cranked the music so loud that no one could talk. And we went for ice cream. Like, that was the thing. I took out money to go to Saratoga a couple weekends ago. And, then everything is cashless. So I just have cash. I'm flush with cash. Don't take my wallet, please, because it's got money in it right now. It doesn't usually, but right now it does. I was flush with cash, which made ice cream feel free. I went like, I'm cheap. I'm notoriously cheap. It's like, yeah, order whatever you want. You want a large? Get a large. You want a milkshake? Get a milkshake. You want a Twister Blizzard thing? Get it. I don't care. Want a sundae? Get a sundae. Want the whipped cream for an extra $1? Yeah, screw it. I'll do it. Whatever. Because I was a high roller with cash I took out that I couldn't spend in Saratoga because they wouldn't let me. So I had like a full family day. Woke up. You know what? There was baseball yesterday. There was a practice. There was a 10 a.m. practice. I didn't go. Or 9 a.m. maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But there was baseball practice. When they got home from baseball, then I said, let's do Darien Lake. Then we got back from Darien Lake. Then we went to the we ate dinner. Then we went to the playground. Then we went to ice cream. And then I was like, let's keep it rolling. Movie night. It's movie night. And I suggested, for a reason, I suggested a movie that I've seen, but my kids have not. My wife had not. Friday Night Lights. The movie. Not the TV show, but the movie. The reason Friday Night Lights came up in conversation is that my wife told me that she watched Dirty Dancing in the last couple days. We both kind of do the same thing, like throw on a movie as you're falling asleep type of deal. So she didn't watch it, but she watched it kind of as she was falling asleep a few nights ago. And she goes to bed way earlier than I do. So we don't run into each other very often as far as like watching movies and going to bed. And I said, how was it? I was just kind of joking. Like, how was Dirty Dancing? It's from 1987 or something. Like, we know how Dirty Dancing was. And she said, actually, it didn't hold up the way that I thought it would. And her big complaint, and this is probably why I'm married to her, she was really bothered by the fact that in one scene, Patrick Swayze puts on a record, and the movie is set in 1962, I think she said. Puts on a record, and it's Hungry Eyes. Eric Carmen. Hungry eyes, I look at you and I can't disguise. I've got hungry eyes. That song is from then. Right? So the movie's set in 1962. Patrick Swayze has a mullet. It's very 1987. I should find out what year the movie is before I continue to do this. Hold on. Stick with me. Hold on. Open this. I had to restart the computer, so now I don't even have a browser open. And I have to confirm my identity, and this is stupid. All right. Dirty Dancing, what year? Dirty Dancing, what year? 87. All right. Had it. I had it the whole time. Didn't need to do that. Sorry to put you through the delay. Her problem with the movie upon watching it within the last week is that Dirty Dancing is mixing 1962 with 1987. It's similar to like Ralph Malph having an afro in Happy Days. It's the 50s, but it's the 70s version of the 50s. You follow? It doesn't fit. There's something jarring about it. And she said, and it's funny because it's like she felt guilty because she was saying this for the first time. I've felt this for a long time. If you do anything in a movie that takes me out of it and makes me say this is stupid, it just messes with the whole thing. It's where I am with superheroes. It's where I am with like Castle Times, any movies. Like, you got to get it 100% right or it's jarring. And you can't have a movie set in 1962 that comes out in 87 and the guy in 1962 puts a record on and it plays a song that's released in 87, but the movie's set in 62. And it bothered her, and I love that it bothered her because that bothers me so much. I don't know that movie well enough to remember any of this. I do know that the soundtrack was huge when that movie came out in 87. And a lot of it was old stuff. The Contours. What else was on it? Hold on. That's probably right in front of me here. Soundtrack. Why doesn't it say soundtrack on my screen? It should say soundtrack. I'll just scroll through the whole. My God, this is a long page. Dirty Dancing is a very lengthy Wikipedia page. I've had the time of my life. Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes. It was number 1 on the pop charts because it's from the movie, but the movie is set in 62. She's Like the Wind, performed by Patrick Swayze. That's a whole different level of crazy. Like, the guy who's a character in the movie is also the singer of the song that's from now, but the movie's set then. That was bad. So I've had the time of my life. Went to number 1. She's Like the Wind went to number 3. Hungry Eyes went to number 4. There's some song called Yes that went to 45. I don't know that one. But this all happened. So she says, I don't know. It kind of took me out of it. Like, recognizing that the songs shouldn't have been played when they were played. And I said, I have an example of that. A thing that took me out of a great movie. In 2004, I was in attendance in the theater with my good friend Jeremy White. We saw Friday Night Lights together. So when my wife says this thing about the music being played and not being in the right time zone is wrong, but like timeline, it doesn't fit. You can't put a current song from 87. You can't have a song sung by friggin' Patrick Swayze. This wasn't her problem, but it's mine. Patrick Swayze can't be the ghost. Sorry, wrong movie, but you know what I mean. He can't be the lead actor in a movie in 1962, have a haircut from 1987, and also at some point in the movie they play a song that he's singing that's also from 1987 when the movie's in 1962. You can't do that. I mean, you can. It worked. It's a massive hit, but it kills me. It eats me inside. I can't deal with that. And I'm proud that my wife can't either. So good for her. So she tells me this problem that she has with Hungry Eyes being played. She's like, it doesn't just play. Patrick Swayze, the character played by Patrick Swayze in this movie set in 1962, puts on a record in 1962, and it's Hungry Eyes, which is from 1987. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but it sucks. Don't do that. That leads me to tell her about how I saw Friday Night Lights. Now, I'm going to do a spoiler. So if you were like planning on watching the movie, the 21-year-old movie, Friday Night Lights tonight, turn off the podcast, the show. Turn off the show. Turn off Writer Radio. You don't want episode 151 in your ears before you see the movie Friday Night Lights from 2004. Okay? She tells me about this Hungry Eyes dilemma. And I say, you know what that reminds me of is Friday Night Lights. The movie is set in 1988. Came out in 2004, set in 88. It's about one football season. Here comes the spoiler. I'm not ruining anything. It's 21 years old, and this is a podcast, and I'm telling you to not listen if you don't want that movie ruined for you. They don't win the title. All right? The whole goal is to win the Texas State Championship. The Permian Panthers from Odessa, Texas, are going to try to win. They want to go undefeated. That doesn't happen. They're trying to win the title, the state championship. Tim McGraw's got a ring. That's the dad of one of the kids. He's got one. He's drunk all the time and just yelling at people. He's a jerk. He tapes the football to his kid's hands. He's not a good person. Good, decent actor though. It's pretty cool. I told my wife in the middle of it, I'm like, that's Tim McGraw. She's like, oh, cool. He was good, but he was not cool. And they go through the whole season, and all kinds of stuff happens, and they make it to the state championship game, and they do not win the game. They lose to a team from Dallas. Dallas Carter, it's called. They lose to Dallas Carter. One of the things I remember from seeing the movie in the theater is that when they're playing Dallas Carter at the Astrodome in Houston, they're getting destroyed early in the game, just getting annihilated. And Welcome to the Terrordome by Public Enemy plays. Like, that's the song in the movie. I haven't seen this movie in... I don't know that I've watched it again since seeing it in the theater in 2004. Between 2004 and yesterday, I don't know that I watched that movie. But what I remember about the movie is, A, they lost. B, at the end of it, there's like... because it's a true story. True-ish story. At the end of it, in the credits, they put up a thing that says that they won the title the next year. Like, Boobie Miles is gone. He's the running back. But James Comer and Gary Gaines. Gary Gaines is the head coach. James Comer is the running back, the backup, or the third string running back in the movie, but whatever. They won the title the next year. And I remember saying to Jeremy, why didn't they make the movie about that year? That would have been better. Instead of all of us leaving this theater sad, they should have just made it about the one where they win. That's B. So that was the second thing I remember. The third thing I remember about the movie before watching it last night is that when they play Dallas Carter and they're getting destroyed, Dallas Carter looks like adults and Permian looks like children. And Dallas Carter is just running these people over, just destroying them in the first half. And they're at the Astrodome and they play Welcome to the Terrordome, which is one of my favorite songs of all time, and for sure is going to be the song that I play when I take a break while I'm waiting for Scott Wilson, who's going to join us in a few minutes. And we watched the whole movie, and it ended, and Welcome to the Terrordome did not play in the movie. My son Zach is a big music guy. He is, I mean, he's like rock and roll type of music guy, but he also is like really into the Beastie Boys. And even though I haven't gotten him into Public Enemy, I think his overall stance on PE is that every song he's ever heard from them, he's liked. He's only heard the good ones. They've got some crap, but they've got some greatness, and he's heard the greatness, and he respects the greatness. And the movie ended and the song didn't play. And I was like, it must be in the closing credits then? And I wait and nothing. And then we watch the credits. And in the credits, it lists all the songs in the movie. There were 3 other Public Enemy songs in the movie. There's 4 PE songs, plus Movie Miles wears a Public Enemy jacket, plus his towel, his thing that says number 45, Terminator X. Like that's the DJ from PE. The whole movie is like connected to Public Enemy. I love Public Enemy. Maybe that's part of what made me love this movie. I certainly remember Dallas Carter annihilating people to Welcome to the Terrordome. The song is not in the movie anymore. They took it out of the movie. I had to look it up, and I didn't get like a clear, this is why that song's not there, but it's one of those song rights, digital rights. Like, it's in the movie. If you saw it in the theater, it was there. If you bought the DVD, it's there. If you watch it in any streaming capacity, it's not there anymore. So I'd love to get to the bottom of what happened with that song in particular, as opposed to the other 3 Public Enemy songs that are in the movie. But I got to bring it back to the Dirty Dancing thing. The other thing that stood out to me is that movie is set in 88, and that song didn't come out until 90. So maybe late 89, but certainly after the movie existed. The album came out, Fear of a Black Planet came out in 90 for sure. Fight the Power came out a year earlier. That was on the album. There's a chance that Welcome to the Terrordome came out in 89. There's no chance it was out in 88 when the Permian Panthers played against Dallas Carter in the Texas State Championship game. There's no chance of that. So for 21 years, it's been bothering me. Even though I love the song and love the movie, it's been bothering me that song was out of its proper time frame and was played in the movie. Not in the same way as the Dirty Dancing thing. The Dirty Dancing thing was he put on a record and played a song from the future. This was just playing over the action, and that's a better version of it. The Dirty Dancing thing is crazy. This was just like, I don't know, it annoyed me, but not that much because I love the song and the movie, so it made sense. I love that PE was a part of it. I love that they're at the Astrodome, and it's the Terrordome, like all of it. But the song has been removed from all streaming versions of the movie, despite the fact that 3 other Public Enemy songs remain in. It's Tricky from Run DMC remains in. But Terrordome, the thing that I wanted, like, that's what I think of when I think of that movie, is this chaos and, like, super violent hitting of high school football in the Astrodome set to Welcome to the Terrordome. And it's not there anymore. It's gone. Sad. That's my whole story. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play Welcome to the Terrordome for sure. Although having to restart all my stuff to get the show to work probably means it's not lined up like it was. Nope. Okay. Give me a sec. I had everything set up. I had all the music set up for today. And then once I tried to start the show, it didn't work. It's okay. We're fine. Everything's fine. It all works out well. This is why you shouldn't listen to the live stream. The podcast is fine every day. The live stream, you never know. You get all the crap because it's a one-man band here and things don't go well, and you get to experience it. If you just wait for the podcast, you'd be fine. All right. I'm playing PE, though.
Let's check in with Rider Radio's senior football correspondent, Scott Wilson.
Exactly. Let's do that right now. Scott Wilson, what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
It's football time.
It's football time.
You feeling
it's
it?
So good.
You feeling it? Everything I do is
I am feeling
prep
it.
for football. If I have 5 minutes, I read a page of Phil Steele. If I have an hour and a half, I watch a football movie. If I have 3 hours, I watch a game. I'm ready, man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's awesome. Week 0 in college football this past weekend. The last preseason games. It was all great. You know, that week 0 matchup. For those of you who might not be full on
psychos
partakers in college football,
psychos,
and saying, why do they keep saying week 0? That's stupid. It is stupid.
Yeah, I like it.
But there is a week 0 in college football where there's 5 or 6 games. Sometimes some teams, because of the schedule, has to have that week there. Hawaii always gets to start a little bit early because of their travel situation, so they get built in an extra bye week because they have to. They travel the furthest.
They're far. They're far away from everything.
And then sometimes you get some of these specialty games, like over in Ireland, where they held Iowa State versus Kansas State, top 25 matchup in conference. Now, this situation really fully encapsulates. It was just a great example of college football and why I love it so much. First of all, the game is called Farmageddon. Like, that's a real rivalry.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's Midwest in London. It's so weird.
Right. They're taking Farmageddon and they're plopping it in Dublin, where everyone's going to be drunk. Great idea, and it worked perfect. It was a good game. Those games usually are actually good games over in Ireland every year. Something wacky usually happens, or an upset. So this was no different. You get 2 people over there. I was driving around in my car, and for part of the game, and was listening to the Kansas State broadcast on the radio. And it's just interesting because you and I here, by week 4 of the season, we will be able to basically recite every commercial that plays on our broadcast
100%,
by word.
Yeah.
Castle keeps it clean with the green machine. That's a part of, I've heard that jingle probably more than any other song in my entire life at this point. So it's interesting to hear every commercial on a Kansas State football broadcast, and I mean everyone, is about farm equipment. So it's not even like stereotypical. That's what they're doing there.
That's what it is.
It's like, hey, come on down to Todd's Tractors, where we've got the best stuff and we can help you upkeep your farm equipment, blah, blah, blah. And then the next commercial is, Hey, listen.
Todd
Don't
sucks.
you want to? Don't you want to put nutrients in your soil? Because that's where we grow things. You know what I mean? We got to keep that going. And it's everyone. And it's like, hey, you need oil for your tractor? Come on down to Bob's. Because Todd sucks. And it's like, it's just that. Every commercial, every break. It's amazing. But again, you don't get that in the NFL. You don't get Bob's tractor commercials when you're listening to Bears games. Chicago, that doesn't happen there. But when you're in Manhattan, Kansas, that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
It's like there's probably one hair salon and the rest are farms. And maybe a grocery store mixed in there. So there's that. Plus you get Pop-Tarts signed on to be a sponsor of the game and to try and promo the Pop-Tarts Bowl. They sent their 2 mascots over there, which are just big, giant Pop-Tarts.
Yep.
And they run around the field and mess with people. And that is something that only happens
in Ireland.
In college football.
All right.
Just everything about that game. And then it's a good game. And then afterwards, there's video afterwards of the fans leaving the stadium. And then there's 2 Kansas State fans just brawling outside of the stadium. Just brawling.
I want to pause right now. Hold on. You're going to keep talking. I want you to resume what you were saying seconds from now. But as you're saying that, a message just popped up in the chat that says, the Kansas State quarterback brother fought their dad after the game. Did I see this right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the video continues, and then you learn that the starting quarterback, Avery Johnson for Kansas State, his dad and his brother are the ones brawling outside of the stadium after the game.
With each other. Yeah, no,
Cool. It's not like it was the 2 of them against others.
Iowa State people,
2
right?
of them against
each other.
No.
Family issues,
fighting.
just family thing on TV.
Yeah. It's, you'll see fights at NFL games, but never the quarterback's family. Like that's a college football thing.
Super rare.
Exclusive.
Very rare.
Yeah. Just all of it was like a perfect start to the season. Even during the game starts with like first down, and then they punt. The punt is fumbled at the 10-yard line. Iowa State gets it back. They're sacked. They're forced back. Third down and goal from like the 15. Lobbed it to the end zone. Pass interference. New set of downs. They get it down into the 3. Third and goal. Pitch right. Fumble. The State gets it back. Like it just starts immediate with chaos. It's immediate start to the season with chaos in Ireland with Pop-Tarts there. It's just great. It's everything about college football that I love. And it was just a phenomenal start to the season over there. I like it. I'm jealous that Western Michigan in a couple of years will be playing Michigan over in Germany. That seems like it's probably going to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to get crushed, but they're going to also get crushed in Germany, which is probably okay.
Yeah, well, once Western Michigan is involved in the conversation, we're on the list. Like we're on notice, right? Doesn't that give us a little like? I don't know that it's hope. Like I don't know that I like opening in Minnesota better than Munich, but. Having it out there as a possibility is kind of fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's something to starting a season against Texas in Dusseldorf.
Right.
That's at least interesting.
But you agree though that with Western involved, that means we can be involved. Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's possible. It's on the list.
I'm sure that there's a lot of Group of 5 teams that were like, oh, we're doing this.
Oh, we can do that now?
All right. Yeah, we will definitely do that.
That's super fun.
Then the Bills finally got a win.
Yeah, that was nice. I didn't know how much I missed.
Nice.
I missed winning. It doesn't matter. The losses don't matter, but the wins kind of matter. So it's like I don't know. I feel much better. I had like a you know me. I'm so optimistic all the time about all of my teams. Like, well, if this goes right and this goes right, everything can be fine. And with Josh Allen here, it's not unreasonable to say, well, they're a Super Bowl contender already with one guy. So what's up with the other 52 on the roster, you know? And then, I don't know, it was a combination of 38-0 loss to the stupid Bears and Hard Knocks and Sean McDermott talking about how just because you were good doesn't mean you're going to be good. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. And then, I don't know, and Trey White got hurt. And just, I don't know, I had a bad couple of days. And that was helpful to me to see them go out there. It wasn't even them. It's just their uniforms competing. It's, very few of those guys that we watched the other day are going to actually be on the team. But it made me feel a lot better and more comfortable and reminded me, like, no, it's fine. It's all fine. They can lose to Baltimore, and it's still fine. Like, they're fine. They're good. They're going to be good. We'll see.
I didn't partake in much of that game because I was going in on Hawaii versus Stanford.
Fair.
But from what I did see, they did look a little bit crisper. They looked a little bit more intense. And like you said, a lot of those guys aren't going to be making the team. So it's not that much indicative of what's coming down the pike here in a week and a half.
Right, but they're still wearing the shirts, man. They're still wearing the helmets. Like, go out there and get a win, Bills. That's what you do. You win. You don't lose to the Bears 38-0. That's not you.
Yeah. So it was nice to see that, and I think some of the injury issues there in the secondary are going to probably play out pretty well for our UB guys that are also in that secondary.
That's true.
Cam Lewis and Jamarcus Ingram, who it was cool to see him get profile last week on Hard Knocks. That was fun. They took a nice look at him.
Yep.
And then, Andreessen is probably on the bubble. We'll see here. I would think at the very least practice squad would probably be at least in order for him. So
I think he's on the team. Personally, I think he's going to be there, but it wouldn't be shocking. And going back a couple weeks ago, they profiled him, and he said, "I'm out here every day trying to keep my job." Or I'm paraphrasing, but he knows. I mean, that's who he is. He's a borderline NFL player who has shown really well, and they talk about him a lot and they think about him a lot. And I don't think they cut him lightly. Like, he doesn't just get forgotten about. Like, we're going to keep him. All right, well, these are the people below the line, and they're gone. I think he gets more consideration than that, and I think that's a part of why I believe he will still be on the team. But, we'll find out within the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah. Along those same lines, as far as making teams, the group chat that we have with you and me and Paul Peck and John Fuller, when one of us realizes that one of our former players is on, whether it be Jarrett or now Sean out in LA or anywhere else across the league, there's always a text like, "Hey, just so that you know, the Rams are about to kick off in about 5 minutes here over on NFL Network if you want to check it out." Like, okay, all right, cool. And then 10 minutes later, it's like, I don't see Sean playing much. I don't know what's going on. And then it very rapidly turned into, the Rams, he's so on the roster that the Rams didn't even have him dress.
Yeah, they can't risk
play.
Sean Dolak getting hurt in a preseason game.
The last preseason game, it's unbelievable. He went in there. All the coaches almost immediately were like, "Oh,"
right.
and raved about him to anybody that asked.
Right.
And then we get to the last preseason game and you tune in to watch, and it's like, don't even bother. He's on the team. Yeah. And they, Sean McVay pretty much confirmed it after the game. Someone was like, your undrafted guy, Dolak, the linebacker that you guys have been talking about, you didn't even play him today. And his response was, "It's probably a pretty good sign for him." Like, yeah. And he pointed out that he's going to be a special teamer, which is how that's exactly. Basically when anybody asked us last year was, he's super good. He's really gotten faster, and he's very smart, and intuitive. He's definitely going to probably be able to make a team through special teams and then eventually work his way through to see if he can hold up at linebacker.
Yep.
And,
Here it is.
Here it is. He didn't even have to play the final preseason game. The Rams just got him for free.
Yeah.
They got him for free.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable now. We tried to tell everybody, but it's unbelievable that the Rams for free got a guy with 2 pick sixes, a bunch of interceptions,
Led the nation in
tackles, couple of fumbles, and led the nation in tackles, and was a 3-year starter.
All-American.
And he was an All-American. He was the consensus All-American. And it's like, what are we talking about? Nobody wanted a piece of that. He actually tested pretty good at his pro day.
I know. It's crazy.
And just nobody was willing to put a 7th-round draft pick. Meanwhile, the Bills have already cut theirs.
Yeah.
But still, to the main point, it's not just the Bills. It's the entire league. And the Rams said, yeah, we'll take a super smart guy that just tackles everybody all the time.
Oh, he's an inch shorter than you want him to be? Yeah. I mean, you think about Andreessen, right? Andreessen was the poor man's Dolak. And same type of thing where, like, he's got this killer mentality and he just goes out there and does it. And then take that and then add more athleticism and more and the number, more production. And still, Dolak not drafted. But of course he's going to make whoever signed him, and that's what we would say, and that's certainly what I would say. I don't want to speak for you, but it's like I don't know if he's getting drafted, but he's going to a camp, and they're not going to let him leave once he goes to the camp. It's like Jared Patterson to a certain extent in the mentality, like that's what we've produced here in Western New York with the UB program in the last few years is guys that, like, you want Patterson there. I want James Patterson on our pregame show every week, like, because of his mentality, and he's the brother, and he didn't make it to the NFL, but the Pattersons, it's just like, yeah, you're going to want them around. And Dolak is the same thing, plus massive, like, numbers. He was accumulating numbers compared to everyone else in college football. The numbers he put up were the best. And he also, if you talk to him, is the best. And also, if you watch any effort in practice, he's the best. Of course, he's making your team. So, yeah, the Rams were the wise ones that grabbed him. And shout out to John City, who's a former UB linebacker who is a scout with, I want to say, the Bears. And Paul Peck said that he talked to John. He's like, he's going to wind up with some team like the Rams, who just turn guys like this into starters, and he's going to be a linebacker in the NFL. That's what's going to happen with this guy. And the Rams grabbed him, and he's making the team, and he is, yeah, you're right, special teamer to start, but there's going to be an injury, and he's going to play a game, and they're not going to be able to get him off the field because he's that good, and he's one of them. And the fact that America doesn't notice that is a little bit frustrating, but I'm sure every team in the country has a guy like that. They're like, what do you mean this guy can't play? But this guy had the numbers to back it up too. It's just, I don't know. It's awesome for him. It's crazy, but it's super cool. And I think you're going to see him as a, like, real player for the Rams or someone else in the future in the NFL. I'm not saying Hall of Fame. I'm saying guy who's in the league for several years as a football player, because his mentality is right, his intelligence is right, his physicality is right. He's just a little short. That's it. That's the whole story. The whole knock on him is, I don't know about the size. He did all the stuff. He needed to put up the numbers at Pro Day, and he did. He didn't get invited to the Combine, so he had to do it himself in Amherst, and it got him a spot, got him a chance, and I couldn't be happier for him. It's awesome.
Yeah, and even, the Bulls lost last year at Missouri, a team that was worth $20 million worth in players, and he was in charge of covering Luther Burden Jr. for a good part of it, and he held them to, I believe, 2 catches for 3 yards, and Luther Burden has been the kind of breakout wide receiver star of this class for the Bears, who really desperately needed kind of that slot guy to go along with some of the other talent that they've got out there. And in the preseason, you saw it against the Bills.
Well, the blocking stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, they were raving about how well he's done and everything. And Dolak lined up across from him and
shut him down.
Took care of business. Now, Burton didn't play much in the second half. I think he got a little dinged up.
Right,
there,
probably by Dolak.
Towards halftime. But still, they tried to get Dolak in one-on-one positions, matching up with Luther Burton, which, if you're not paying attention, you probably would say that's a good idea, except for, like we said, he got a lot faster in the last year. The way he plays and just speed in general, he sped things up and he played like it, and it was great. And now the Rams like it so much he didn't even have to, he's for an undrafted player, did not even have to play that third preseason game.
Yeah, it's
insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's awesome. I thought, and when he was transferring to Utah State, I won't say I didn't care. I didn't think it was going to have a massive effect on the team. But he left during an offseason, and this is an interest for people that aren't like psycho UB Bulls fans, and I would imagine most listeners are not. We're in it pretty deep, you and I. Dolak transferred to Utah State while the previous coach was still here, and then the new coach came in, Pete Lembo came in, and then they started talking, and then he just came back. So he left, but didn't miss any football. He just wasn't here for spring
practice.
That's it. And then was like, I'd like to come home. And he came home, and he was 3 times the player that he was previous. Like, he became, this is a Sean McDermott thing. Everything was intentional. Like, everything with that guy, it was as if he's like, well, now's when I have to become a professional football player. If I would like to do this for the rest of my life, if I would like to make a living doing this, I should say, because you can't play when you're 74. If I would like to make a living doing this, I need to be this level of player. And he just turned that on and brought that back to Western New York and was among the best players in football last year. And it's showing up. He went. The team found him and got to look at him, and they're going to keep him. And it's so cool. It's so good. I should get him on the show.
Former walk-on.
Right, walk-on for college.
Walk-on at UB. Yeah.
Right, and then a walk-on at the Rams, essentially. And then, you can stay. I mean, that's it. Like, you just look at this guy and go, well, we're trying to field a football team, and I would like you to go on this next road trip with us. And that's how it worked at UB, and that's how it works with the Rams, and that's awesome. So good for him.
Yeah, I think his play was definitely helped this past year with the coaching change.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll just leave that.
Well, he wouldn't have been. He left because he left, and then when the coach left, he's like, "Can I come back now? Now that there's not a whole swarm of bumblebees in the room, like whatever that was. Like, no, it was had to go, and then had to come back. Wanted to be here. Grew up here. Wanted West Seneca East. Let's go. Wanted to be a part of the Bulls, and then dominated as a part of the Bulls. And good news, despite the fact that he's gone, they've got another linebacker that we're going to talk about a lot this year.
Yeah, they got 2 more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Deion too. Yep.
They got Red and Deion, but having Dolak there last year allowed them to move Deion wherever they wanted to and just put him all over.
Yeah.
So he was good. So I got a couple of other quick college football stories you might have missed out on that are a little bit interesting that we'll throw in here now that week 1 is upon us. Have you seen the story of the Oklahoma quarterback and his Venmo?
No.
Okay. Well, if you have a Venmo,
I do.
You have the option to put your account to private or public.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why anybody would have it on public other than they just didn't know that that's an option and continued on.
I'm gonna check my Venmo account right now.
John Mateer was the quarterback at Washington State last year, He has transferred to Oklahoma, is taking over there for the Sooners, and there's a lot more attention on the quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners than there is if you're a Cougar quarterback.
I can see that.
Well, someone has noticed that last year the quarterback John Mateer had several transactions on Venmo to friends, of which he labeled transferring money, and almost like the memo section on a check, you can put whatever it is that you're sending the money to in there. For instance, whenever I send some money to my wife, she's paying for my son's soccer.
Okay.
I'll just put a little soccer ball in there.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'll use a lot of. I put a lot of pizza slices in.
Right.
Yeah.
Or when we're on the road, taxis.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Or a beer mug.
Well, our boy John Mateer is in a little bit of hot water because he transferred money to his friends that said
pictures of cocaine.
No,
okay,
it was labeled sports betting.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah, that's not a. Now his response has been, it wasn't actually sports betting. It was an inside joke between me and my friends. I would never actually do that. It was just an inside joke.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else is like, really? This says sports betting, USC, UCLA. But apparently, according to him, it's a joke. They are looking into it. I think is the phrase that I don't know if it's a full-fledged investigation, but somebody dug it up. And a couple of weeks ago, that sound you heard was every head coach in America going to their players saying, if you have Venmo, you have to make it private right now.
Yeah.
Before we're going to look at tape, everybody get your cell phone out and make that private, please. Because if you guys are paying for sports betting, that's really bad when you label it sports betting. It's just like Charles Barkley said, if you're going to commit crimes, can't do it with checks.
Right.
You cannot commit, and that's basically what was happening. Now, it's not a crime, but it's against the rules.
Right. That's a crime. It's a crime in this setting. It's a crime. And yeah, that's the thing I've been saying for a while too. There was a guy when I was doing the radio show on the radio, there was a guy who was a sheriff, and I heard him say, and it has stuck with me for months. Don't commit a crime while committing a crime. Like that's what gets you. You know, you've got a dead body in the trunk. I hope your license. Speed. I hope or you don't run the red light. Don't run the stop sign. I hope your license plate is secured. I hope you don't have a tail light out. But you can't do two things. You can do one thing, you're fine. Do one thing ever. Like anytime, you got it. Do the second thing that's a problem, you're gonna have the other thing come up, and now you're screwed. So yes, that I'm with you. How do I make my settings? How do I make it private? Because I don't know that I've done this. I'm not committing crimes, but privacy. There's a tab called privacy. You have unsaved.
That's probably it.
Might be. Okay. Public. I'm private. I'm good. Private payments are only visible to the sender and the recipient. No one else can see, like, or comment on them. I'm good.
Right.
I think I'm clear.
Yeah. I mean, liking or commenting on
payments
is not. It's not an our generation thing.
No, thumbs.
I know you're a little bit older than me, but
no, thumbs down. Thumbs down.
It's still that's still a joint thing that I think that the two that our era can still confidently say. Yeah, I don't need any comments on me paying John for pizza.
Right.
You know, I don't need anybody. I don't think I need anybody to like.
I signed up for fantasy football, whatever. Right? Yeah. No thanks.
Right.
I
don't need any of that.
All right. What else happened in college football?
Has a MAC team involved, and the Ohio Bobcats hate.
Yep.
But they've managed to be able to get Power 5 conference teams in there to their stadium quite a bit compared to other MAC programs. I'm not sure how, but they had Syracuse down there a couple of years ago. They had Iowa State down there a couple of years ago. And then this year, this is actually a game that makes sense to me. This year, Ohio in Peden Stadium is hosting West Virginia.
Ooh.
And you and I know this. Again, if you're not
From
a
flying.
Mac or UB nerd, a lot of times we have flown to Ohio games and flown into West Virginia
Right.
and then driven across the border to go into Southern Ohio where Ohio U is. So this one actually makes sense. There's a lot of similar people. I'll just say that between Ohio and West Virginia, and you could almost see how there's a lot of people that would be in the peripheral area there of Athens
Yeah.
that might actually root for West Virginia over Ohio State.
Yeah. Yep.
Just because of
Geography.
proximity and stuff like that. Yeah, geography. So that's actually an interesting game, and they've sold that game out. Now, who's going to actually be in the stands will be the big question, because now that they have announced that it's sold out, online there has been several comments about the fact that Ohio sold like a record amount of season tickets this year. And it's not just because they won the MAC last year for the first time in 70 years.
It's because West Virginia people bought season tickets to go to one game.
It's cheaper for West Virginia fans to be guaranteed to be able to get a ticket to the West Virginia-Ohio game, and a short drive for a lot of their fans. It was cheaper than worrying about, am I going to have to go on the secondary market to try and get those tickets?
Well, good for Ohio.
I'm sure they don't really care, but they have sold a lot of season tickets to West Virginia fans for that one game.
Wow.
There will be a lot of Morgantown fans up there in Athens. And just as a side note, you and I also know this. That town is going to be electric for that game.
Oh, yeah. I want to go.
Because you're getting together
Can we go?
two of the best party places that I've ever been.
Yeah.
Obviously, setting aside Buffalo because I'm biased. I love it. It's 4 a.m.
Right.
There are, trust me, I've left blood on Chippewa, okay? We've all been there. We've all been there. We know what's going on. I die for that. There's no doubt about that. But Athens, Ohio is a party town that takes it very seriously. And Morgantown, West Virginia is a place
times 1,000
that takes it very seriously.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
And now it's football, and now you're getting together these two people, these two fairly like-minded groups of people.
Psychos.
And you're gonna get them together. And I can't, if I win the lottery between now and then, I'm chartering a flight for us to go just for Friday night for that.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be wild.
That's right away.
For that.
That's right away. That's September 6th is that game. And, oh my God, I want to go. Is it cheaper to live? People also ask, Scott, is it cheaper to live in Ohio or West Virginia? What do you think?
I think it's probably cheaper to live in West Virginia.
That's right. It's about, it says they're looking at Cleveland, so this is a little off. It says the cost of living is about 4% higher in Cleveland than West Virginia. But, well, for sure then it's lower in, I don't know. All right. They also ask.
There's very little jobs and teeth in West Virginia.
Yes. Is Ohio bigger than West Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah, 70% larger. Is West Virginia warmer than Ohio?
No.
No, it's not. Is West Virginia a good place to live?
No.
It's a good place to live for those who cherish nature, prefer a slower pace of life, and seek a lower cost of living. So it can be. Is it worth it to move to Ohio?
No. I commonly refer to the state of Ohio as the armpit of America.
I like Ohio. No. Why is West Virginia so famous? There's a good one for you.
Deliverance?
That's my guess. Rugged Appalachian landscapes, outdoor recreation, and deep-rooted coal mining. It's a mountain state for its scenic beauty. And
another comparison that I could make between these two places is I've been to Morgantown twice, both of them for football games. I've been to the Backyard Brawl. It's It's fun. If you're on the right side, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, right. Is it the backyard brawl only in Morgantown or also at Pitt?
No, it's both ways.
Okay.
Yeah. Morgantown and Athens are both two of the places that I have been, college campus wise, where if you are from like a civilized area of America, that you cannot believe some of the guys are getting some of the girls that they are with.
Yes.
You will see guys walking down the street and you're like, that has to be his sister. And then they kiss and you're like, still could be their sister.
Right. It's West Virginia.
But probably not. And what the hell is going on? Because either this is, it just gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you a lot of confidence. Because I was in college at the time.
You can read.
That like, if that guy is getting that girl, when we go to the bar tonight,
yeah, I'm all
it's
set.
on.
Yeah,
it's on. Like we are. This could be incredible. This could be incredible. So yeah, and Athens is a very similar place to that, where we have seen girls with guys, and you're like, what in the hell is going on down here? What the hell is going on down here? And it's just choice. Like that's, those are the guys that are in college available to date. That's just like in high school. This is who I'm going to school with.
Yeah, that's who's here.
That's who's here. So, they're two interesting places. They're two very interesting places, and they're getting together for college football, and I love it.
I got another question from the people also ask for you. Why are homes so cheap in West Virginia?
Poor construction, lack of desire to buy.
There it is. Yep. Due to its largely rural nature, lower population density, and historic economic shifts away from coal and manufacturing, which reduced demand for housing. You nailed it. You got it right.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah. If I've driven through West Virginia a bunch, and there's just a lot of sadness going on.
Yep. Yep.
It's like a mixture of unemployment and meth. And listen, it is a beautiful place. There are parts that are nature-wise that are beautiful. And again, I have had the time of my life going to Morgantown.
Was that a reference to me talking about Dirty Dancing earlier?
It's not, but it should be.
Yeah, it was good. Nice connection.
I had a great time, and I've had great times down in Athens.
Yeah.
God knows.
Yeah. A lot of us have.
Yeah. Some more than others.
Yeah.
But a good time was had by all, either way. So yeah, that's going to be a fun off the radar non-conference game. And I West Virginia is one of those teams that I wish the Bulls would schedule.
Yeah.
Closer than people think.
How do you know what they think?
Program. Well, I just think people think West Virginia. They think it's farther away than just, you drive to Pittsburgh and take a right.
It's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you drive to Pittsburgh, take a right, and you're basically there.
Yeah. I was in Pittsburgh coming back from, I don't know, bars or a baseball game or both. And we had a cab to take us back to our hotel. And as the guy drove right past our exit, this is pre-Uber, the guy drove past the exit. I saw our hotel. I'm like, it's over there. And he was just like, no. And he was just trying to run up the tab. It was a weird thing. But I said, hey, as I'm watching the landscape get weirder, I asked, how close are we to West Virginia? And he said, what part? Which I think is the dumbest question anyone's ever asked me.
Yeah.
My answer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My answer was the closest part. Like, what are we talking about here?
Any part.
Yeah, but
any part.
But we missed an exit for a hotel in Pittsburgh, and we were in West Virginia. That's how close it is. So I'm making your point. I'm agreeing with you that it's right there.
Yeah. It's but I just, as far as Buffalo is concerned, it's a lot closer, and that'd be a nice little game to have go down there, at least for us, because I know Morgantown is,
Cray cray.
there's not a lot to do outside of drink, but
Yep.
that's fun too.
That's fine. Yeah.
So,
All right. Let's move on to pistachios.
okay, yeah, because that's coming up, right? I have not purchased them yet, and I have not counted them out, but I can't wait to do that so that I can put out a picture in a bag of what this is going to look like.
Yep. We were so I went out last night for ice cream with my family, and that's when one of the kids must have known about the pistachio thing. My wife did not, and when I explained the whole situation to her, I don't know what she thinks we do on the road, but she just looks at me dead serious and goes, "This is what you're planning to do in Minnesota?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. So I ended
It's
up
not the only thing. We'll watch Hallmark movies too.
right. So it started with once it came up, then I said, "Do you think?" I said to the whole table, 3 kids and my wife, "Do you think I can eat 384 pistachios in 5 minutes?" And my wife is like, "Why are you asking me this?" And I explained the whole thing, and then Zach, who's the I guess most similar to me in that he's logical, he's very pragmatic. He's like, "Do you have to shell them, or are they?" I'm like, "No, I don't." He's like, "That doesn't sound like anything at all." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound like anything." And then I looked it up, and in my head, I thought it was like a 1/4 pound of pistachios. And then when I used Chat GPT to ask it a bunch of pistachio-related questions, it sounds like it's more like a 1/2 pound of pistachios.
Here we go.
Which
yes, sir.
Which again,
The excitement builds.
I'm just thinking okay, so half, like a 1/4 pounder at McDonald's, no big deal. Double 1/4 pounder, I could do that. Or I start thinking about Fuddruckers, what Fuddruckers used to be, and that was a 1/2 pound burger, and it was massive, but it was edible, and that was with fries and condiments and pickles and things. To me, a 1/2 pound of anything doesn't sound that crazy. I looked into the nutritional value. Ultimately, ChatGPT told me that it was more of a healthy choice than an unhealthy choice to put down 380.
Well, yeah, they don't care. It's the computer.
Yeah, they don't care at all. They don't care about me at all.
Wouldn't it be great if the first sign of AI becoming sentient is the fact that it just wants to see you eat pistachios?
Yeah, I think it might be
it's
there.
Not giving you actual advice. It's just like,
yeah, no, do it, do it,
this guy.
do it. Make sure you tell me about it because I can't see because I'm not real. But if you would please do that, and then we'll talk about it afterward.
Can you please type in how that goes?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So I mean, this is going. So am I hearing you? Is there any worry, or are you?
No worry.
Oh, okay.
No, I know.
Right,
Honestly, I'm very interested in how this turns out in the same way that you are. So I don't know. I want to know what 384 looks like. I should have used it ChatGPT.
It's less than that.
I thought it was 384.
Let me just make sure.
No, I think it's 384 is the number I've got in my head.
Hold on now.
I'll hold.
Hold on now.
I'll hold.
I got my whole spreadsheet right here.
This is on a spreadsheet.
It's 338
Oh,
pistachios.
man, I was
In
ready
5
for 384, so that's no big deal. I'm curious. I'm willing. I don't think. And what's the worst that's going to happen?
You vomit pistachios.
Okay. I've vomited before. I can
Vile.
handle that. I'm fine. 5 minutes later, it ain't seafood Newburgh.
Well, you know what? That's yeah, you did. That's not the worst, I guess. I guess the worst is the delayed.
Right. What happens
delayed,
afterward?
The delay, like some
Can
type
I
of
not?
delayed
Can I not
reaction.
poop for a month? That would be bad. But
or does it go the opposite?
I poop for a month.
Where during pregame.
Oh, right, pregame. Yeah, it could be bad.
Pregame, it becomes like a. All right, thanks, Mark. Gotta go. Bye.
Here's Mark Allnut by himself.
where you could have to you know, you
Clean
could have to
myself
just
out.
sit on a toilet seat
Yeah.
or over the garbage.
I don't think that
Garbage.
happens from pistachios. What are the worst things that happen? Let's ask. Worst things that
You're not
happen
allergic to nuts, right?
from eating pistachios. Worst things that happen from eating pistachios. Not every day. Hold on. Sorry, I had a typo. All right, here we go. Worst things that happen. Allergic reactions. Nope. Gastrointestinal issues like bloating, gas, and pain from fructans. I don't know what fructans are. And worsening of kidney problems because of high potassium content. So a lot of potassium. But that's just like bananas. That's fine. Other risks include potential aflatoxin contamination in poorly stored pistachios. Please get properly stored pistachios when you make this purchase.
Here's the thing. I can't guarantee that.
All right, unsalted, please.
I can't guarantee you properly. Oh, you don't want salted.
I don't want salted.
You want unsalted.
Unsalted.
Wow, you're just going to raw dog it.
Well,
Okay.
it says health issues from excessive salt intake, like high blood pressure. My blood pressure is not
Thirsty.
great in salted varieties. So no, we want to avoid the salt because that
I can see the Minnesota guys coming into the booth just to say hi before.
what's wrong with that guy?
Hey, why is this guy on an IV?
All right,
He's got to refuel. He did the 338 pistachio challenge
yeah.
a couple hours ago.
All right, here are the kidney and health risks. Due to high potassium content, they can be problematic for individuals with impaired kidney function or those on a low potassium diet. I think I'm good there. Aflatoxins, split or improperly stored pistachios can become contaminated with aflatoxins, which are harmful fungi that can cause nausea, vomiting, and in the long term, serious liver problems. So let's not have improper. Again, I'll stress this, Scott. Please make sure that the pistachios you purchase are properly stored. Sodium. Go ahead.
What I'm going to do to keep them good, I'm going to put them in like a Ziploc bag,
Yep.
and I'll store them with like wet cat food or dog food,
Yeah, that works. That's fine.
just to make sure they're moist.
Yeah, perfect. They're low in sodium. Many roasted and salted varieties are high in salt. Excessive sodium intake can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. Okay. It's getting worse.
Let me tell you what. This is that is a hard explanation to the wife.
Right. Why did
What
you
happened?
Why did you have a stroke in Minnesota?
Right. And not even for you, because that would be me.
Right. Oh yeah, to your wife.
In this case, no.
You to my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm dead.
That would be me calling Carol saying, "Hey,
My bad.
we're not on that flight coming back after the game. We're over here at the hospital in Minnesota.
The Mayo Clinic.
Why? What happened? Did he fall? No. Remember the pistachio thing?
Yeah. We joked about it at the ice cream place.
That's my bad. That's my bad. He was fine, and then he just stroked.
Yeah.
And we're all like,
We're gonna hang out. We'll be fine. We're gonna rent a car. I'm gonna drive it because he can't. Because half of his body doesn't work anymore. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
All right. The fourth one on here for health risks is weight gain. I'm not worried about that. Pistachios are calorie dense, and consuming them in excess, which is exactly what we're talking about, can contribute to weight gain, which in turn can increase the risk of obesity-related health problems. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about that one. That one's fine. The stroke, that's the one that fungi and stroke and nausea and vomiting are the liver problem. That's fine. I can do it.
Listen,
I can do it.
Again, over 10 years traveling with you, if there's going to be a liver situation, it is absolutely not due to pistachio.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not related.
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about the $6 liter of vodka that goes down.
Right.
but not pistachios.
Yeah, no, the nuts are not the problem. All right, well,
No.
all right. So get on that. Try to make sure that they're properly stored. That seems important to avoid aflatoxins.
We'll put them in a bag. We'll put them in a bag.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you know, they'll go in. I don't think I should. I'm not going to put them in the carry-on. I'll probably put them. Although who knows? Who knows what's going to be a carry-on this year or not? But I'm planning to just pack them in the regular bag under the plane. And all of our other food has never had a problem.
No, we're fine. Our Cheez-Its are always fine. So whatever. So I just typed in pistachios to Google, and here are the things that popped up. Pistachios benefits and side effects. Pistachios and belly fat. Pistachios good for you. Pistachios benefits for female. Pistachios health benefits. Pistachios pizza. Pistachios nutrition. Pistachios calories. Pistachios and dogs. And then also Pistachios UB. There's apparently a place on North Campus called Pistachios. Yeah.
Well,
So-
maybe we should reach out. Would they
One of the more
sponsor this?
decent restaurants in UB Student Union food is made fresh and stands out. Pistachios. 3.9, 36 reviews. Let's see what the worst review of pistachios is. I don't want to knock any of the UB dining stuff, but I like the 1-star reviews.
Because if they'd like to sponsor this could be like their old 96er.
Right. The old
You know what I
338 or whatever. What's the number?
The old
338?
338er.
Okay.
And someone comes out with a big giant bowl, and if you eat it, you get your dinner for free.
Yeah. All right. Here are the 1-star reviews of pistachios on the UB campus. Very long lines and understaffed. The owner obviously doesn't care enough about the customers to properly staff. This is pasta, not rocket science. You simply need to care enough your customers' time and appreciate their business enough to properly staff! 20 to 25 minutes in line is not acceptable when your pasta is pre-cooked. Very poor. This is a different one. Very poor customer service. Total lack of appreciation for customers. I went to place an order in person and pay cash, and like so many restaurants that do not make things easy for their customers, you are now told that they only take online orders. I spent 20 to 25 minutes downloading and registering on their stupid app and attempting to place an order just to get an app response stating that they are too busy and not taking any more orders! ! Question mark! ! Well, why the hell did you tell me to order through the app in the first place if you are too busy to boil pasta and charge $10 for something that costs 99 cents? Restaurants who severely understaff so the gluttonous owner can drive a brand new Mercedes is not a good restaurant, exploits their employees and customers, and is not worth my business.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff. Rough call. I'm going to skip the restaurant and just go with the straight up
Let's go straight
338.
for the nuts.
Go straight 338. Let's do it.
So are you planning on doing this? Is this a Wednesday night thing and then we report on Thursday, or is this a Thursday?
It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
You're gonna do it.
Wednesday.
You're gonna do it Wednesday night.
Yeah, not on the plane. My wife said don't do it on the plane. I think when we get there, that might be the first thing before we go to dinner, before we go to whatever entertainment we come up with for Wednesday night. I think I eat 338 pistachios. Like we do it.
Okay.
I think we'll turn on. I'm going to bring all the equipment because we're doing a show live. We're going to get a lot of you next week or this week. Excuse me. This week.
Couple days.
Right. Because we've got you Monday and Friday, and Thursday I'm doing a show in a room with you. You're not watching Hallmark while I'm doing a show. So you're doing a show Thursday. And I think Thursday will be when we talk about it. So it has to happen on Wednesday. Unless it happens Thursday morning, like wake up and do it. That seems stupid.
Waking nuts.
Yeah, no. I think that's bad, right? We'll do it. Is it going to ruin the night? I don't think it matters.
Like, are you going to do it before dinner?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's like the first thing we do. We get there, we set up, we bring the luggage in, open up the suitcases, get a little comfortable, and then start just jamming nuts in my mouth. I think, and but I get out the recording equipment so it's there, so we can talk about it, so we can have audio of it happening. But we're not going to do it live. We're going to record it, and then that will be a part of the show on Thursday, I think is how we should do it. Or should we wait till we get back from whatever we do at night and then do this at like midnight?
Listen, you're the one that's got to eat the nuts.
Well, what do you think? What do you think is best for the show? I'm here to entertain, man.
Well, I mean, I think probably not. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants you to do it live, but then there's also a part of me that I don't know how good of a live product just
eating pistachios audio only. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So if I would think that probably doing it before the show, if you want to record it, maybe like hey, we're a minute in. How you feeling? Good. That type of thing where you can kind of have periodic updates on what's going on would probably be better.
Right.
But, you still have to weigh in the rest of our lives here.
Right. Well, aside from the stroke part, I'm not too worried. But the stroke part.
The 11 o'clock midnight Wednesday could be something. Because I don't know if you want to fill up on pistachios before we go out to dinner.
Be cheap night.
Well, how do you want to do it? Do you want to put a bunch of nuts in your mouth and then end it with beer? Or do you want to have the beer and food and then end the night with nuts in your mouth?
I don't know. I don't know. You just buy them and we'll do it. I don't know yet. We'll talk about it on the plane. I don't know, man. But I'm in. I'm doing it. And
well, you can ask Paul. Paul's a TV and broadcasting legend.
What does that have to do with eating 338 pistachios?
Well, because he knows what's
when to do it.
Yeah, I mean he did all those shows with Van and he's done a million hours. He's put in his 10,000 hours.
Yeah, he's definitely
an expert.
Yeah.
So maybe he has the right idea or the best advice on how to handle it.
All right. Well, here's the deal. You'll hear all about it on Thursday. And it might be that you hear it live. It might be that you hear a recorded version. It might be that you hear how successful I was. It might be that you hear how I failed. Any of these things can happen. But that'll be a part of Thursday's show. Scott, it's between you and I to figure out, you and me, to figure out how to execute this plan. But we'll get it. You're in charge of buying the nuts, and I'm in charge of jamming them in my mouth.
There's a part of me that very much wants you to be like
to live, and part of you that wants me to die.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Yes, you were.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, there's a part of me that wants you to be like, my only regret is that we didn't have 340 nuts. Like I'm
still hungry. Got any left?
Yeah, I could eat. Like, let's go. And then there's also part of me that would love to have audio of you around like 285 and being like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Please. Please don't make me do this anymore. And then, us forcing you to eat the remainder of the last 50.
Well, I really have no idea how this will go. I'm excited about it. This is like when John Mulaney fought 3 14-year-olds or whatever it was on his show on Netflix, where it was like there's a plan, but I don't know what the plan is, and we'll figure it out when we get there. Like this could turn out several ways, and I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm in. I'll do it.
At this point, you're like the missing Walenda brother.
What?
The Walendas that went across.
I know who the Walendas are. Tell me about the missing one.
Oh, you're not known. Now here you are.
Oh, all right. I thought there was a story where one of the Walendas is missing and I didn't know about it. All right, we're good.
No, it's you.
That's me. I'm a Walenda.
Yeah, you're going out there on that tightrope made of nothing but pistachios and dreams, my friend.
So when
And-
talking about this last night, the Krispy Kreme thing came up, and
That's a dozen in 5 minutes.
okay, that is 5 minutes. That's the question. I didn't remember the answer to, like, what the challenge was.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a dozen in 8 minutes.
8 minutes? I got 8 minutes.
Pistachios is 5.
Right. That's fine.
Pistachios is 5.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. The Krispy Kreme one, when saying it out loud, like, I can talk to you about anything, and it can be stupid, and it's fine. But then when you take this to your wife, about, like, yeah, this is what I'm planning on doing. Right. This is what I'm planning on doing with my life. I'm your husband. We've been married for 16 years. We have 3 children together. This is what I'm going to do with my buddy Scott while I'm in a van driving to Kent, Ohio. It's jarring, man, to actually say this stuff out loud to a person like who reacts. Most people react differently to the things I say than you do. Like, you expect all of them. She did not. And as it turns out, the Krispy Kreme thing seems gross. The pistachio thing that's just a curiosity. Like, I don't know. Can I do that? Can that happen? It doesn't. Aside until I read the word stroke on my screen in front of me, 20 minutes ago. This one just seemed like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like, what are the dangers of eating 338 pistachios? I hadn't thought that there were.
Out.
Yeah, I didn't think of stroke. I'll do it though. I'll do it. I'll still do it.
Impending death.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Krispy Kreme thing, honestly, that's
you're going through right now in the first Jackass movie, where the only thing Steve-O ever turned down was the toy car.
Right.
Up
Yeah.
the butt.
This is my toy car moment.
And he's like, it was pitched to me, and then I talked to my dad.
Right.
I was like, Dad, we're going kind of hard these days. And my dad was just like, you should not do that. Just please don't do that. And then it made him realize, you know what? No, he's right on this one.
Yeah.
And you had that moment where you said, yeah, I was just kicking it around. Maybe I eat a dozen donuts in 8 minutes. And everybody else is like,
don't do that.
Say what now?
Yeah.
What's this? Yeah. So, listen, it's the entertainment business. That's what we're in.
Yeah.
So
as far as the donuts, I feel like the first 3
are going to be great.
They're going to be awesome. They're going to be delicious. And, like, I can picture a world where I'm not being challenged and I want a 4th Krispy Kreme donut. I mean, those things you mash it up. They're so soft and delicious. You just, gone. Easy. I want another one. Gone. I think about number 6 is where it starts to get to be a job. Like, I'm here for fun for the first 3 for sure, or maybe like the 4th one. You don't want to eat a 4th one because people are watching, in real life, and then you get to the 5th one. I don't know, man. I'm doing cart before the horse here. We're pistachios. Focus on pistachios.
No.
Kent is not. Kent's like 3 weeks away. We're fine.
Forget the horse. Just load the wagon.
Yeah, let's go. We'll be fine.
I'm picturing having to pull over because John Fuller, who drives, is crying, laughing when you just start to upchuck.
Oh God!
and everyone's like, "Oh no!"
Do you think that happens?
You're in the back saying, "All right, I'm all right.
I'm fine. Don't mind me.
I'm all right. This still counts."
All right. But again, forget the donuts. We're pistachios are the focus. We're gonna make this happen.
So you're bailing on the donuts because the donuts.
No. I'm not bailing on the donuts at all. No, I'm not bailing on it. I'm just saying I can't focus on donuts when pistachios are in front of me. Like, I'm not looking at week 2 when we're at week 1, right? I don't want the Bills thinking about.
1-0.
Right. I'm just trying to go 1-0 every week. 1-0. And this week it's pistachios. If I'm thinking about donuts now, that's going to throw off my game. I got to focus on pistachios. All right, I got it. I'm in. Let's do it.
All right.
Make the purchase.
All right. I will
properly stored,
hopefully-
so I don't get whatever worms come with the old ones or whatever that is. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, it's they should be. I'm gonna stop today, and now that this is fresh in my mind, and I will get some. I'll get some Cheez-Its, and
Yeah,
I will get pistachios, and I will probably get looks
yeah. When you
because
buy
that's an odd
338,
combination. But it's like, you know what? This is. Excuse me, I have to. Please move aside. I'm trying to make history with my friend.
this is so stupid. All right. Well, I like stupid.
But yeah, we will count it out, and we will get there. And I can't wait to send you the picture of what it looks.
Yes, I'm
what the total number of
very much looking forward to what 338 looks like. Yeah, you can.
I'm hoping I can send you a picture where my dining room table is covered in pistachios. And it'll just be good luck.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. They're so small. They're so small.
Yeah. Listen, you don't have to shell them.
Right, I don't have to shell them. Well,
you just got to eat them.
Right, and that's where I think where this whole thing started was you were talking about the record for pistachio eating, and I said that I'm more impressed by the shelling than by the eating because I could eat those. I couldn't shell 338 pistachios in 5 minutes, but I could eat them, and that's how we turned out. That's how we landed on this challenge. So, all right, whatever, I'll do it. I was going to say, what's the worst that can happen? But again, we're at stroke.
Stroke.
That's the worst. That's the worst case scenario.
Vomiting, diarrhea.
Fine.
Problems.
I've had all of those. I have not had a stroke. All the other stuff I've been through. This is why we lift all those weights. I got it.
This is why you do all this stuff in the off season.
Right. Just to be ready. What a season it's going to be. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, prior to the football starts this week. The opener is Thursday, and Thursday morning I'll be live on the air talking about the results of this pistachio disaster that Scott and I invented. All right, we're done. The show ended 11 minutes ago, so we're done. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye, Scott.
Yeah, hey, talk to you on our way to Minnesota.
I'll see you on the plane.
Couple days.
Yep. Sounds good. Bye.
All right, bye.
Scott Wilson. He's our senior football correspondent and my pistachio dealer. I'm going to play one more song and then just end the show because we're done. Thanks for listening. It's Writer Radio, episode 151.
Will you get out of here? Will you? Now, will you go to lunch? Go to lunch. Will you go to lunch?